Hello, I'm Glenn Thompson. I'm the Brexit Party Prospective Parliamentary candidate for South Shields. I've made this video as a way of introducing myself to everyone. Hopefully I'll meet up with you on the campaign trail for the election that's coming up. It is coming, for sure, despite the nonsense in Parliament. So who am I? Well, I've lived in South Shields all my life, other than periods away for service in the Army, the Royal Signals, and some lengthy projects abroad for work. But South Shields has always been my home. I was a telecommunications engineer working predominantly on subsea systems, typically in project engineering or management, and I retired last Christmas. I live in South Shields at Westover with my wife Lynn and daughter Emma. I've always had a casual interest in politics, becoming hugely interested when we had the push for a referendum on EU membership. I felt very strongly about regaining our sovereignty and concerned with the federalist direction of the EU. I voted to leave in the referendum and was over the moon when the result was in favour of leaving. Since the referendum result was declared, like the majority in our country, and more so in South Shields, I've become more and more disillusioned with the current political class and the betrayal of the clear mandate from the majority of the British people. We know in South Shields it was very clear with 62.7% of us voting to leave. In fact, I believe that figure would be even more in favour of leave today. I went with a few friends to the Leave Means Leave demonstration at Westminster on March the 29th, the day we should have left the EU. It was fantastic. People from all over the UK gathered in Westminster Square, and it was inspiring to hear everyone share stories. It so happens I had retired just weeks before that event, and on the train home I considered what could I do personally about the situation. I now had the luxury of time, and I told myself, if you don't do anything now, you never will. I had two huge concerns really. One was the unhealthy situation with South Shields Council being almost totally dominated by Labour. They held 53 of the 54 seats at that time, which is just not right. And opposition is essential in any government, national or local, to keep the dominant party honest. And of course Brexit. Currently, we have an MP in South Shields who campaigned for Remain, has voted in Parliament at every opportunity to remain in the EU. And when you look at the majority of the Leave vote in South Shields, that just doesn't fit. Simply, South Shields is not being represented on the biggest issue we have faced since World War II. This is huge. The whole direction of our country is at stake here, and every constituency needs an MP who will clearly stand in support of their constituents. Our current MP has tried everything to try and talk her way around her Remain position, but please don't be fooled. Her party is Remain, and look on the They Work For You website, which shows how she has voted. Her words are cheap, her votes are what matter, and every vote is against leaving the EU. So for me, time was short, but I decided to stand for my local council seat in the May elections this year. I contacted the recently formed Brexit Party to ask if I could stand on their behalf in South Shields. But they were a brand new party, and all their resources were being allocated to standing candidates for the European elections. I decided to stand as an independent, campaigning on 3 points really. Community initiatives in the town, the necessity to have an opposition to Labour in the council, and my belief that the Leave vote be honoured in the EU referendum. The rest has been a whirlwind. Despite being told winning the Westover Award from Labour was impossible, I won. What an honour. I knocked on every door in the ward, met some fantastic people. Many times I would stand debating local and national politics for an hour or two with a resident, with Brexit obviously being at the forefront of everyone's questions. And now as a councillor, I really feel I'm having success with my role and enjoying it an awful lot. Community initiatives to regenerate the Redhead Park and Harton Cemetery are taking an awful lot of my time along with my normal council duties, but I'm getting there, and it's a good feeling making a difference. No sooner had I settled into my councillor role and I came across the Brexit Party's call for local people with a passionate stance on leaving the EU who would like to go for selection as a parliamentary candidate. Only after a lot of encouragement from friends and family did I decide to apply. The selection process was long and tough, but everybody at the Brexit Party was fantastic. I can't emphasise enough how everyone I met was passionate about standing up for democracy and representing the majority of the UK and ensuring the referendum was honoured. It really worries me when the party receives negative press because it's completely misleading. The diversity, honesty, passion and commitment, not to mention the talent of the candidates, was overwhelming at times. I was selected. All I can think is they recognised the resolution I had for the referendum to be honoured. I'm no different to anyone watching this. Simply circumstances fell into place where I could do my bit in this battle for democracy. So what can I offer? Passion for doing right for the majority in South Shields with Brexit. Some would say this is just one issue, but this is like nothing before, in that the country will be defined by the direction we take. Only the Brexit Party will guarantee that this is with leaving the EU. I mean, look at the Labour Party. They have to take as much responsibility for the mess we are in as the government, with their fence-sitting over the last few years, and now they are saying they are a Remain party after their manifesto was to honour the Leave referendum result. It's back to trust again. And can we trust a party who is saying it's Remain and an MP who campaigned and voted for Remain to represent the people of South Shields? Absolutely not. Everyone needs to look at her parliamentary voting record and remind themselves about how well she is representing us. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope I can meet and discuss things further with as many people as possible in South Shields. This is our chance. Goodbye.